Yo, yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes. Pieces is a form of art. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes.
Hi everyone, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Dang, so okay, is my intro too long? Because before it was too short. But I made it longer so that you had more time for people to come in, right? So tell me if I need to shorten it, because I will. Because obviously I lost 3 people during the intro. So let me know in the comments below, please. I hope more people come in. Who's in here with me? I hope more people come in because I would love to have a discussion about Rudy and what's going on. I found this page on Facebook. Her name is Grizzy, not Grizzly, Grizzy, Grizzy, News. And she is a independent reporter, I guess you can say. She just goes out there and does her thing for her Facebook page, right? Anyway, I'm going to put her information. Hey Cass, I missed you. Where you been? Hold on you guys 1 second. My grandma's calling me. Just let me tell her that I'm live. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, Kaz, do you know about this Rudy Farias guy? He was missing 8 years ago, and he was just found beat up in front of a church. Anyway, so he went to the hospital, and when he got out of the hospital, there was a what is he called? He is a Houston community activist. Okay, that's who he is. He spoke with oh my god, Rudy. I can't think of his name. He spoke with Rudy, and I have it. I'm gonna play it for you guys. And apparently, some stuff came out, but I want to know. The mom says that he's nonverbal, but yet we're about to see a video of a guy who spoke to Rudy. So I'm confused there. Also, I read on Reddit that oh, Kaz, it's a mess. It's a mess. Oh, 21. Oh, how fun, July 4th. What a fun birthday. Anyways, I forgot where I was. Oh, yeah, the nonverbal. So I read on Reddit. People were comparing this situation to Gypsy Rose. People are calling Rudy's mother, I can't think of the word right now. Munchausen syndrome. I couldn't think of it. Many people believe that. You will hear from the guy Rudy talked to some awful things. Everything that I play on here is just information that I found. Doesn't mean I agree or disagree with it. So your opinion does matter. I'm interested in knowing everybody's opinion because it may sway me in a different direction. So yeah, so the interview with Rudy, I haven't watched it yet. I'm watching it with you guys, and I don't know what's being said. I just know about what it is, and it's not very good stuff. So let me see what we're gonna. I have like the articles, and then I have the videos. But I tell you guys, this lady, yeah, this lady reporter on Facebook. I'm gonna let me play this video first. It's 14 minutes long. And we're going to see what exactly Rudy said to him.
For a few hours, yes.
What are the conversations like?
Let me first apologize for my appearance. I received an emergency phone call to get over here.
Can y'all hear it? It's really low.
Detectives, Rudy's mother and Rudy. And so I dropped everything I was doing and made it as fast as I possibly could. And I spent about an hour and 20 minutes one-on-one with Rudy and with one of the detectives. I heard horrific things from that young man. And I did not want him to see me start shedding tears, but I couldn't hold back the tears because of the things he was saying to us, the detective and myself. No child should ever
Nonverbal. Yet this guy right here had a total conversation with him for an hour. I just don't get it.
treated like that by your own mother. This young man said that when he initially ran away, he came back 2 days later, and she told him that he had to hide, that he was going to get in trouble, and they were going to arrest him for running away, and that he had to continue hiding. And so she hid him out for a while, then brought him back to the house and hid him in the home. And initially, whenever the investigators would come, she would hide him in the house. And he kept saying, I don't want her to go to prison. I don't want her to get in trouble. I don't want her to go to jail. And so we asked him, why did you run away? And he said he just got tired of her not respecting his boundaries. And she said that he wanted his own life. And his exact word was, I was tired of living like a slave. She would take him to work with her, and he would do the required work she was supposed to do. And a lot of the responsibilities of her job was on him. And he went on to say that what troubled him the most was her crossing his personal space boundaries. He said that she would make him sleep in the
Trigger warning, things that he will say is very sensitive, and I just want to let you know in advance that it might be very uncomfortable for some people to hear.
in the bed with her. And he said that she made him play daddy. He said that that he didn't like getting in the bed with her, that he would try to sneak out of the bed and sometimes hide under the bed, but she told him he had to be her husband. That's a damn shame, man. A little boy said she was the one providing drugs to him for years. Hallucination drugs, mushrooms, etc. And that the reason why he was left, he was just tired of her crossing his boundaries. When he would shower, she would come and pull the shower curtain back and stare at him, and then she would make him bathe her with the soap. And he ran away this time because he was tired.
Well, now, you've been doing this for many years. How emotional has today been with this case?
It's a goddamn shame. I ain't never in my life heard of a mother doing to a child what this woman did.
I'm sorry for the buffering.
Were you at all there when the mother was questioned?
Yes.
And what was her reaction when
Yes.
she got to her?
And I knew something was wrong with the story. When she was questioned, when he went.
I'm not quite sure what's going on with this video, but I hope it doesn't do this the whole way.
When they found him, he had her credit card in his pocket. She just canceled that credit card 2.5 years ago. So if he's been missing for 8 years, how the hell he get your credit card in his pocket when they found him from 2.5 years ago?
Was she made?
And he said to us that she gave him that credit card so he could go and buy her certain things.
But with the other allegations, what was her response to those?
I'm not sure. I mean, I believe this guy. The things that he's saying is crazy. The fact that he had her credit card of an account that was open 2 years ago. Come on, you guys. In my opinion, this is just like Gypsy Rose. However, the mother didn't get killed. Do you think it's like Gypsy Rose? If he was intended to be a sex slave, that wouldn't be Munchausen syndrome, though, because that's like when a mother makes somebody sick, makes their child sick, just like Gypsy Rose. So I'm not sure. I know, isn't that crazy? And you know what else? The mother, I'm going to go through this later. The mother is also a catfish. So let's finish the video. Hopefully it'll do good. And then we'll go into that.
She hadn't even heard them because we had to remove her from the room.
But so she hasn't been questioned about that.
Can you describe her demeanor and his demeanor during questioning?
When she was in the room, he wouldn't say nothing. He wouldn't say one word when she was in the room. But the minute she left the room and we were allowed to talk to the young man, and he asked. He said, "Can I speak with Mr. X by myself? Can I talk to Quanell by myself?" And the detective was like, "Well, can one of us stay in the room?" And he was like, "Okay, but I'll talk to him." When she left,
Remember, guys, the mother said he was nonverbal. But again, he had a whole conversation with this man for an hour and told him all of these things.
when he first came here, he was holding on to her. He wouldn't talk to nobody. He wouldn't say one word to anybody. Like he was petrified. But the minute he got alone by himself, he slowly calmed down. And he slowly began to talk very coherently and specific details.
This is a man in his mid-20s. People might wonder, why not run away from this situation? Why not get yourself out of it? Did he give you any explanation about that?
I honestly believe, based on what he said to us, she was drugging the hell out this kid. And she convinced him that he was in trouble for initially running away and that law enforcement wanted to arrest him and put him in jail for running away. She had convinced him that all type of agencies were looking for him to put him in jail.
He was in plain sight, according to you, in that he would take her to work.
No, he would go to work with her.
Right.
He would stay at the job
she
with
would
her.
take him to work. Where did she work, and where was he doing this work?
It was some kind of security job or something like that. Where they were at, I don't know, but it was a security type job, a nighttime security.
Okay, it wouldn't let me unmute myself. So they say that the mother brought him to work with her. And he just said she had some kind of security job. Another thing I want to know is when he went missing and when she reported him missing, did they search the house? Did they, like, where did he hide at? And another thing I want to know, all these years, they ain't had one family member ever go there? One family member that knew anything? I don't know. Hey, Jimmy, it's so good to see you. This is crazy, but I want to finish hearing what he said.
How did he end up in the church?
We still can't. He admit that he had took mushrooms, okay. And 2 weeks before this, or a week, not even official, whole 2 weeks, her car was stolen. Okay, when her car was stolen, she didn't know how the car was stolen, but and he stole the car. That's when he got into the accident in the car, and it was him that got into the accident in that car.
What was the story? I mean, this is 8 years he was.
Poor, pitiful me. My son went missing and someone stole my car. Let's see what else is going to happen to her. The victim, right?
Reported missing. What's the story that he's been? I spoke to neighbors who said he went by dope, but he never kind of told anyone what happened. What was his story?
Because she had convinced him that he was in so much trouble for initially running away, and she gave this boy serious drugs to the point to where this boy needs extensive professional help.
How did he stay missing for so long? I mean, 8 years.
He was allowed to visit with some of the neighbors under an assumed name. She believed that after so many years, people had forgotten about the case, and that under an assumed name, and convinced him to use that name, nobody would put two and two together.
But he never told any of the people that he was with what was happening?
Never told anybody what was going on. And let me say this. That young man's body have scars all over it.
Jimmy, where did you hear the suspicious reviews at? Can you send it to me so that I can read it? Because at this point, we're believing him. And I'm sure that he's worked with the police before because he's a human... Houston... What is it again? I don't remember. Some kind of activist. I'll have to see it. You know about her being a catfish and all the names that she's using? She catfished this one guy. He went on a date with her. And she wasn't, of course, what she was saying she was. No, he is a... Hold on, let me see one moment. I don't know Michaela. I don't know who that is. 1 second and I will tell you guys who this is. He is a Houston community activist. Houston community activist. Alright, let me get it back on the screen. There's only 5 minutes left of it. But, hold on a moment.
Slice
Come on.
here up from Litchworth's forearm to his wrist. All type of scars on this kid. And he said that she often locked him in the room. That she would give him the drugs and lock him in the room. And there's a whole lot of mental health issues there, I believe, induced because of the drugs that this young man was getting.
Lionel, at any point during this process today, did you see the mother detain HPD?
They took her to another room and kept her there for a minute after he had confided with us what was said. I know they were on the phone with the DA's office and their superiors about this case, but I want everybody to know something. This young boy was not kidnapped by some strangers and he got away and they found him. That's not the case here.
You know, this happened on Thursday.
Jimmy, I know you said be right back. If he's like, when he talks to Rudy, there was a detective there. Like, there's a lot of law enforcement around there. I don't think that law enforcement would have allowed him to have an interview if it was all baloney. I think. I don't know. Yeah, law enforcement is there, and a detective was in there. Because he wanted to talk to Mr. X alone, and they said, well, can one of the detectives stay? And he said yes. So, yeah, they were there.
And we're nearly a week later, and investigators waited almost a week to speak to him. Hearing the story that you heard, is it a concern that they waited this long to hear from him, given the story that you were told? It seems like he's had 8 years of dealing with this, and now another week.
I was shocked, not done more. I was shocked that they had not executed a search warrant on the home. I was shocked by that. And I said, don't you all think you need to get busy and execute a search warrant on that home? And the young man made it crystal clear to us that that's where he was, in the house. But he was living under his fake assumed name.
You think police failed in this situation?
Oh, big time. No doubt about it. Absolutely they did. Because there were several instances where calls were made about him to law enforcement, and they did not properly follow up and follow through based on the history of that address, because she hadn't changed it.
And then, no, she's not. Law enforcement was supposed to talk to her today. Dang, Jimmy, always make me forget what I was gonna say. Let me play it again.
Changed addresses.
And some residents were saying this morning.
Okay, in those 8 years, people have seen him, recognized him, called law enforcement, and they did nothing. And I've read this and I've heard this from more than just him. I'm just messing with you, Jimmy. So, I don't know. This is too much. Way too much.
This morning that she brought bags and she was trying to leave. Do we know something about
She was
that?
trying to do what?
She was trying to leave the house. She was trying to leave the house.
She did leave the house.
So she was trying to escape.
She did leave the house, and she was trying to get away from the house, yes.
Why was she at this hotel?
She said she felt that she was not safe going home because she had been receiving threats.
What now? Is the police investigation over? Where are they?
I can't say at what state their investigation is. But what I can say, it ain't no way in hell that woman shouldn't be locked up immediately. And that boy needs to go to the best drug rehab and best psychological mental health facility that we can find for him. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. That kid was just severely abused.
And what was the mother's reaction when you brought these stories to her?
I couldn't go back in the presence at that point. The police felt it was just best that she and I not speak again
Does she?
because I was bitter.
Is she aware of these that the son told you?
Yes, she's aware. And then she goes back in there and tries to tell him, and she don't even know that was recorded. Tell him that you made it all up. That it was just a lie.
You said she would.
No way. Are you kidding me? She said what he told them was all a lie. Okay.
He, she would ask him to play daddy. Can you just? She was sexually abused.
She would ask him to play daddy. She told him that he had to be the husband. She would force him to sleep in the bed with her. And he was forced to sleep at times in the beds with no clothes on.
Was anything ever
And
physically done?
yes, but I don't want to talk about the kissing and all of that stuff. And
But he was telling you that there was some sort of sexual action that was happening between
let
him
me
and
ask you a question. If your mother tongue kissing you in the bed with her naked, what the hell is that? I mean, damn, dude, do we have to go that far? That's what happened. This is sick.
What else? You
Wow. That man said, let me ask you something. If your mom made you tongue... Ew, are you kidding me? This woman is really sick. Let me tell you some of the names that she goes by. She goes by Janie Santana, which is her name. She goes by Bella Ninos. And she goes by Alexis Santanos. Now, you will see the pictures that she has on her profile on two of them. And then I'm going to show you the picture of what she really looks like and show you that she is a catfish. So this woman, and don't forget that interview he had has been recorded. So mama can say she... Bruh, made him act like the daddy. Made him act like the husband. For 8 years. And the only people that he saw were his neighbors. Right? And his neighbors knew him as Dolph. Because his name is Randolph. His neighbors knew him as Dolph. And maybe they haven't been there for 8 years, so they probably haven't heard that he was missing. So we'll listen to that too. But this is just freaking insane. Alright, here's the neighbor right here. Let me share it real quick. And I want to show y'all before I play this video. It's like different. It's not about Rudy, but I'm just going to show y'all. So I started eating this sucker, and it has a scorpion in it. And I was eating it while we were listening to that video. And I'm going to eat the scorpion, but I want to show y'all that I'm going to eat the scorpion. So, do you see the scorpion? I'm going to eat it on camera when I'm ready to eat it. Alright, let's go to the neighbors.
More twists and turns are coming in by the minute concerning that 25-year-old man found alive after he went missing 8 years ago.
And as those new details come in, there are many more questions we have about where he's been all these years. ABC 13's Brooke Taylor has been speaking with neighbors who were stunned to find out the man, who they say lives on their street, was ever a missing person in the first place.
Yeah, these neighbors were just completely shocked because they never even knew that Rudy Farias was missing, let alone for 8 years. They tell me that they knew him as Dolph, short for Rudolph. They told me they see him often, they text with him, they even hang out with him.
Like, I'm confused right now. I'm like, what's going on?
These neighbors are shocked after seeing reports that missing 25-year-old Rudy Farias was found after missing for 8 long years. Court records reveal his mother lives a few houses down from them, and they tell us her son lives there and they hang out with him often.
He used to come in my garage
Some okay, boys.
and
chill with us.
chill with my cousin, my son, my daughter. She's at work right now, but that boy ain't been missing since he was no.
Both say they've spoken to him in the last 5 months and even text. Other neighbors say they've seen him living there for years.
We were chilling, laughing, good time.
Some days he go to the park and sit in the park around the corner by himself.
Houston police say they got a call on Thursday about a man sleeping outside a church in Magnolia Park. He had something on him with a family member's identification, police say, and that's how they were able to contact his mom. Then Texas for the Missing tweeted out over the weekend that man was Rudy Farias, who had been missing since 2015 when he didn't return back from a walk with his dogs. His mother shared pictures with ABC 13 of her son at the hospital, telling us he was found with cuts and bruises, and even cried to me over the phone, saying she believed her son had been kidnapped and hasn't seen him in years. His mother told officials at the time of his disappearance that he suffered from depression and PTSD since his brother died in a motorcycle accident in 2011, something these neighbors say he spoke about.
He said he had lost a brother in a motorcycle accident.
Keep in mind, oh, that looks crazy where I paused it. Keep in mind that Rudy's father unalived himself, and then his brother was killed in a motorcycle accident, and then his mother makes him do all of these horrifying things. Man, the stuff he has been through. I really hope they put him in a place where he can get inpatient extensive therapy.
I know when he's thinking about his brother, he really wouldn't come hang out. He'd go sit back there in the back, the woods, by himself.
And now they're trying to wrap their heads around why he or his mom would ever say he's been missing for the past 8 years. And I just got off the phone with his mother just a few minutes ago, and I asked the mother about who the neighbors have been seeing, and she was insistent with me that the person they were seeing was her nephew. So she showed me a picture of her nephew. I showed that picture to the neighbors you just heard from, and they said absolutely.
I have been trying to find a picture of this nephew. If anyone knows where I can find this picture of the nephew, please send it to me. Hey, Scarlett, because I want to compare these pictures.
Absolutely not. That is not the person they know as Dolph. So many questions here. I have reached out to Houston police to ask them about this because it's a holiday. They're not in right now, but we do know that they are set to speak to him tomorrow. Of course, we are going to stay on top of this one. We're live in Northeast Houston. I'm Brooke Taylor, ABC 13.
Okay, I'm here. I'm playing another video.
Eight years after a Houston teen disappeared, he has now been found safe. Rudy Farias was 17 years old when he went out for a walk and didn't come home. Now he's 25 years old and back with his family. His mother told KPRC2 on the phone that some Good Samaritans found her son at a church. KPRC2's Coralie Peel went to the neighborhood where Farias was last seen near Tidwell and Park Drive. She spoke with family members about how he's doing.
Family members tell me Rudy Farias is in bad shape right now, but they are grateful to finally have him back home. And now that he's been found, there are a lot of questions about where he was the past 8 years. The search for 17-year-old Rudy Farias is now over. 8 years after he was last seen, the now 25-year-old's family says he is found safe.
How this happened? Well, we believe in miracles, and this certainly was a miracle.
Tim Miller is the director for Texas EquiSearch. He is one of several people who helped search high and low for Farias.
I can't even tell you how many times we've searched and how many leads and tips came in, and then they just kind of faded away, and we heard nothing, and now all of a sudden this.
Investigators say he disappeared in March 2015. He was last seen walking his 2 dogs. The dogs were found, but Farias was.
I still want to know where he was hiding when they were searching for him. Scarlett, you know how every case, everybody says, this is the craziest case I've ever seen. It seems like every year things get crazier and crazier. Some people are comparing this case to Gypsy Rose. I don't know. I just played an interview with a Houston community activist who talked to him, and he had a lot of horrifying things to say. Okay, guys, I accidentally started eating it. You see the antenna sticking out? See it? Whoop. Now I'm going to eat it. Well, I'll play the rest of this video.
Was not. At the time, loved ones said he suffered from PTSD, depression, and asthma.
I'm scared because he's out there alone by himself.
Miller says they followed up on every tip.
In the very beginning, I met with a family and detectives out there by his house where he disappeared, and we found a backpack. We actually talked to somebody who had one of the catering trucks, which felt as though that they saw him and stuff. Then there was different possible sightings in different places.
Miller says he never would have imagined Farias is still alive.
I think now, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of investigation to kind of see what happened, where it happened, how it happened.
Again, there's still a lot of questions about how he disappeared, and loved ones say Rudy Farias is still in the hospital right now. But again, we are working to find out more answers to these questions, and we will keep you updated as we learn more. Coralie Peel, KPRC 2.
We continue our team coverage only on 2. We are here.
Okay, sorry about that. Yes, 8 years. Yes, Scarlett, I agree. So the dogs came back without him and without a leash. Both dogs didn't have a leash on. So I don't know. The next one I'm going to play is a family member speaks. But I just want to tell y'all that the antenna of this scorpion just poked me. But I'm going to eat it right now. Yes. And no wonder why he's such... he doesn't want to talk to anybody. Like, he's just so quiet and... I don't know. I don't know at all, but... I ate it. Let's go. They are investigating it. I hope y'all can't hear me munching. Okay, here we go.
We continue our team coverage only on 2. We are hearing from family members who say they saw Rudy after he was reported missing nearly a decade ago.
KPRC2's Corley Peel is live outside the home in Northeast Harris County where family members believe he was staying. Corley.
Andy and Candace, I spoke with Rudy's cousin, and she told me that several years ago she called police saying that family members had seen Rudy at this home where his mother lives. She says she never knew that police came out until years later after he was found. 8 years after Rudy Farias was found alive, his cousin, Cassandra Lopez, says there were more concerns than relief.
I was in shock. I was like, I believe it. I mean, I was glad, but it just was wondering what was going to unfold from it. Like, what was the story going to be behind it? Because it's just, we've always in our hearts knew that he wasn't really missing.
In September 2018, Houston police say family members called saying Farias was living behind a family member's home. Officers searched but never found him. Lopez says she is the family member that called police. She says her grandmother lived with Rudy's mother and would tell family members she saw and talked to Rudy regularly.
She would just say, I saw Rudy, you know, he came to check on me, and, you know, we just said hello and have their little conversation. She never went into detail, but she would say she saw him. And
Rudy's mother shared pictures of him in the hospital after he was found at a church on June 29th. She said he was beaten, burned, and had cuts.
His cousins here love him, and, you know, everything we're doing right.
I don't know if y'all know that the mother refused for him to get help with the ambulance and to be sent to the hospital by an ambulance. Instead, she supposedly took him to the hospital. Now people are saying that, of course they can't call the hospital and verify it, but some people are saying that maybe she never took him to the hospital. I saw someone say that the pictures that they're showing is from years ago. So I don't know. But this is kind of weird.
Right now is to make sure that he can tell his story.
Lopez says she wants to know the truth. And I spoke with neighbors who say they saw Rudy and his mother here in their driveway last night. They also took video of a conversation they had with Rudy's mother. Coming up at 6, hear why she feared she could be arrested. Reporting live, Corley Peel, KPRC 2 News.
We will see you.
And now I'm going to show you that she took him to the hospital and the ambulance did not. My Fitbit's going off telling me I've been sitting for too long.
The chief of Houston Fire Department told ABC 13 that Rudy refused to be transported by ambulance. which his mother signed off on, and he was left in his family's care. So a lot of people are saying, is he really in the hospital? And after 8 years of missing, you think he would probably want to get all the help he needs from police department or the fire department. And how did they know to call his mom when they didn't even know it was Rudy at all? Because remember, he said that his name was Julio Torres. So
But now we found out for Mr. X that he had his mother's credit card on him. A credit card of an account that was opened 2.5 years ago. If he's not been seen for 8 years, how did he get a credit card that was opened 2.5 years ago?
So how did they know to call Rudy's mom? And we now know the neighbors are coming forward saying that he isn't really missing, that they've hung out with him, and they've been hanging out with him for months. Something just seems very off on this case. She's also posted several other photos of him in the hospital, and I mean several photos. She pretty much posts everything about her life. When she's got her foot broken, her ankle broken, her car accident. She's been to the hospital herself. Her car was stolen. Her phone.
See, what did I tell you? Victim, victim, victim. She has to be the victim.
Was stolen, and so much more. But doesn't seem to post about Rudy himself and finding him and, you know, going big. But again, tomorrow HPD is going to be talking to Rudy, and let's hope that the real truth does come out, because for me, I feel like there is something up. I'm going to show you guys more information tomorrow, but I'm trying to hold it for a reason. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I will keep you guys updated.
Now is talking being muted. How fun. Don't forget, I cleared all the alligators from the swamp, and the water is nice and fresh, nice and cool for them hot days. I know y'all sweating up in there. So anyway, I told you about this Facebook page that I found. It's called Grizzy, not Grizzly, Grizzy. Let me see. Let me get, y'all have my Facebook open on here, and like every tab has my aunt's goodnight message. Okay, here we go. This is her, and I have permission, just so everyone knows. As long as I put her links, I'm fine, she said. So this is her. You guys, she is a journalist. She's a reporter, and she doesn't work for like, you know, big network or whatever. She just works for herself, just a little independent, and she uses her phone, and she's really good. So I'm gonna show you guys. This is her page. This is just the guy that was just talking Mr. X, walking him out of the hospital after talking to him.
What's up, Hoodies peeps? It's your girl Grizzy live here with us. This is Rudy Farias right here.
I pressed pause, y'all. Y'all saw that. The guy next to him is a Houston community activist. His name is, I forgot his first name. It starts with a Q. but they call him Mr. X. And apparently, for some reason, this man, Mr. X, is the only person that Rudy will talk to. And again, I will reiterate, the mother says he is nonverbal. So how can this guy right here have an hour-long conversation with him and find out all of these horrific details? It's in my belly. About what's going on with him, but he's nonverbal. I know I'm not like that intelligent, but I thought nonverbal was you cannot speak. I mean, you just maybe mutter. And then, oh yeah, when they found him, he wasn't speaking. He is. And when he went into there with his mother, he was holding on to her leg. He's what, 25 years old now? He knows no one but his mother. Exactly, Jimmy. I think that's why people are saying it's like Gypsy Rose. It's not the same, of course, but the same kind of situation. I don't know. And another thing that I didn't like was that the news media was, and we're watching it, you guys, but this right here, all of the, Munchausen, all the media like around him while he's trying to leave, this man is traumatized. He's probably so confused. I don't know. I just disagree with that. But I disagree with it, but we're watching.
Hey folks, this is Grizzly Live here with the Hood News. This is Rudy Farias. Friends, this story has taken a crazy turn, friends. This story has taken a crazy turn. I'm gonna tell you guys everything right now. This is Rudy Farias. Can somebody post that?
You guys, I wonder who he's... Did he get in the vehicle with Mr. X? I was watching him. I didn't even notice. I'm assuming he got in the vehicle with Mr. X. Thank God he didn't get in the vehicle with his mother.
That so I can pin it. He just came out. He's been talking to missing persons. Quanell X showed up. And a whole lot of information has been...
Quanell X is his name. And he's a human, oh my God, listen to me. A Houston community activist. And don't forget, you guys, this is Grizzly News. I just found her, and I really enjoyed her. And as long as I put her links and let everybody know who she is, I have permission to play them for you guys. I know, right?
And this young man has talked, and we're going to be hearing from Quanell very shortly. Quanell got Rudy to talk. The mother's on she's being kept separate from Rudy. She cannot be around him right now. And man, the story that you guys are going to hear in a little bit, unbelievable, friends, unbelievable.
Okay, so I was wondering where he was when Mr. X was talking. I guess I can call him Mr. Q too. But what time is it over there, Kaz? Or Janelle, what time is it over there? That's my Aussies. So when Mr. X was talking, I was wondering where he was. But now apparently he was in the vehicle, because he just walked him out of the hospital and got into this vehicle. And then Mr. X talks to the media after. So we've already heard what he had to say. But now we know where he was. 10:31 a.m. Kaz.
This is Grizzy Live here with the Hood News. We're here in Humble. That is Rudy. Yes, this is Rudy.
You guys, look how scared he looks. Look how sad he looks. I just feel for him, and you guys know that he's definitely not mentally 25 years old. He's actually probably still mentally 17 after all the trauma that his mother put him through for these 8 years.
Rudy Farias. I'm going to be posting some footage and pictures, but all in due time. All in due time. That's Quanell X. Rudy took a very good liking to Quanell, and Quanell made him feel at ease. And Rudy's been talking and sharing some very, very emotional things with us.
Oh yeah, it's the winter time over there. Kaz, is your roof fixed finally? Oh man, it was like 6 degrees where Kaz lives, and her roof was being replaced. I felt so bad for her, it was so cold. You guys, did you notice when Mr. X got out of that vehicle, how he pulled that blanket to close it, close the blanket on his face? It went from, you could see like his eyes, to now you can't see hardly anything. It's just a little slit in it. Jimmy, are you close to any of those cases going on? Major John Kaler in North Idaho, Lori and Chad on Eastern Idaho, Brian Koberger, South Idaho, and then they have Monkey Vaughn on West Idaho. What side do you live on? That's crazy.
Rudy told Quanell that he enjoys nice cars and stuff. So Quanell said, "You want to ride with me in my car? You want to crank it up, rev it up?"
Never mind, my bad. He doesn't stay in the vehicle. That was pretty awesome. I don't know the model of this, but it's a Mercedes Jeep. And that was pretty cool. I'm sure he really enjoyed that. And that helps build trust. It helps him get closer to. So, yes, finally, the rigging and safety rules were taken down while I was away. Closer to Lori was the town over when it first came out, about 30 miles. Well, Jimmy, you guys, she gets sentenced this month, July 31st. And then she will be extradited to Arizona, where I am 2 hours from where she will be. And I'm going to do everything in my power to be there. Absolutely 100%. Because she's getting, they're all putting the death penalty on the table. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to mess it up like Idaho did. But we'll see. You never know. So So hopefully that'll start kicking off at the end of the year, beginning of next year. But what I wanted to say before, again, Jimmy messed up my mind. So he probably walked him back. Okay, so he took him for a ride in his vehicle, walked him back to the hospital. You guys have to remember that he's been beaten bad. And we'll see pictures. I think it'll show, like, he has... The guy that talked to him said that he has scars all over his body. But he also has fresh wounds. His mother said he had blood in his hair from his head. I saw pictures where his feet was all blistered and had sores on it. And I'm thinking that's why he's kind of walking like that. So he's probably going back to his hospital room, where he's probably getting treated. We all know that she showed the pictures of him in the hospital room. I'm in Tucson, Jimmy. So that's probably what happened. That's why we didn't see him when he did the interview or when he made a statement, because he was in his hospital room. And it's such a good thing that they were at the time separating the two. As of right this moment, I'm not sure where he is, but they are investigating this, and law enforcement is aware of all the craziness that's going on and not being missing and being kidnapped really by his own mother. Kidnapped in a sense. Of course he wasn't able to leave except to go to the neighbors or, you know, to work with her. So he actually was kidnapped.
Hey friends, you don't wanna miss this. This has been some very revealing moments here in Humble.
And there's no telling what she was feeding him. Mr. X is over here getting him some snacks. That's pretty cool.
I don't know who this lady is, but she bought some food.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's Cornell X and Rudy.
Notice again when he's around other people how tight he holds that blanket to his face.
We're gonna be back with a press, media conference right now, a briefing with Cornell X. And I've got a lot of pictures, images, videos. I've been talking to the mother, but more importantly, the voice of Rudy needs to be heard. Just open it, Mama. More importantly, Rudy's voice is going to echo today.
The lady in the blue is just someone supportive that brought him food, and that's what she was handing him, a bottle of water. It is very. So what she keeps saying, you guys, I have to believe this Mr. X guy, because they literally called his statement a press release. So even law enforcement must be trusting this guy. And of course they recorded that conversation, and a detective was in there. So it's definitely going to be part of the investigation. This is just crazy because this has to be true, right? This has to be real, what he's saying.
Day, friends.
Can I be on briefly with you?
What's going on?
I'm part of the discussion group.
Uh-huh.
I I also made friends with Jamie. And
Okay.
I know that,
I can talk to you in a little bit.
I know that she probably doesn't.
It's like less than a minute left or something like that. But so I don't know if you heard, but the lady in blue is part of a discussion group on Facebook, which is how I found Grizzy today, actually. So that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. Let's see what else she has real quick. She has some pretty cool stuff. Okay, let me show you guys this. Can you see it? I hope you can see it. It says Houston Police update. Statement on missing persons investigation. Detectives with our missing persons unit interviewed Mr. Rudy Farias, 25, and his mother today. I was making sure I was not muted. Now remember, he's nonverbal. While there are reports of some of the content of the interviews being released, our detectives are not in a position at this time to discuss specifics of the interviews or if the content being released is entirely factual. Media partners, detectives will be available to discuss details of this case sometime tomorrow, July 6th. No other information is being released before the news conference. We will provide the time of the newser here once it is determined. I don't know, you guys. And you guys have to remember, like the girl that killed the hospital bathroom baby killer, it was 2 months before they arrested her due to investigations. And everybody knew right then and there, even the detectives knew she was guilty. But they still have to have an investigation to get all their probable cause affidavit to arrest her and everything like that. Alright, let's see. I have, like, hold on. Every tab I have open with Facebook, this is the group that I'm in. Let's see. I didn't share it yet, but let me see. I'll share it with you guys. And then I'll put the link to this page right here in case any of you want to follow it. Hold on one second. Let me. When it first came out that he was missing into the, yes, there was, and I went to it, and of course it was deleted. Like the mom is deleting everything. There was a GoFundMe that they put out because he was missing, and I know she scammed people out of the money some type of way, but I'm not sure how exactly. And she is a catfish. Don't worry about that. She is a catfish. I'm going to show y'all the other profiles that she uses. Alright, let me see. On here, this is a lady that brought food. Oh, hold on.
Can you tell us if she is okay? Where are you going? Stop! Can you tell us if she is okay? Where are you going?
I wonder, did y'all hear that or was it an echo? Yay. Wait, what? Yeah, they got yeah, right. No, I'm gonna show you. So apparently he did leave with his mom. I'm thinking the lady was putting food in the car. She says he's okay. Yeah, I think that he might be leaving with the car. Let's see. See, that's one of, okay, here we go. Let me just show you these pictures. Okay, so that's the missing thing. This is one of the names that she goes by, guys. This is the picture she's using. Does she look like this? Nope. But she goes by Alexis Santana. Her name is Janie Santana. This is one of the accounts she goes by. She definitely does not look like that. 100%. His mother has multiple pictures of Trump on her Facebook. I don't care about that. obviously she doesn't have a lot of pictures of her son on there. Okay, I don't want to see all these. Oh, wait, hold up. This says, I'm Rudy's mother. Don't make an ass of yourself and assume shit. I have my personal page and I have one for my son along with a group page. And Rudy does have a Facebook, you guys. And his profile pictures of him from like he's 10 years old. Not even of like when he's 17 or a newer picture. So this is the mom, right? As Alexis, not as Janie. And in every news thing, article, everything says Janie. So this is one alias. And she has another one called Bella Ninos. And someone says, your sister's Facebook is doing all that for y'all. Like I just said, y'all acting too defensive instead of the proper responses to these situations. This is crazy. Let's see. No. Oh, the girl talking, Rosalinda, says she's from where Kyron Harmon went missing. Okay, so the mom never... Oh, here, wait. That's the same one. Okay, I'm showing the same. Wait, hold on. No, it's... Okay. This is the other Facebook page. Now look, this is about the GoFundMe. Can you now see it? Let me make sure y'all can see it. Exactly, Jimmy. She doesn't look like this. And this one doesn't have a profile picture of a... It just has that. But, look at these pictures. That's not her. You already know. I'm going to show y'all a picture of her. I need to go back to that group. This is not her. What, Penelope? Go ahead, baby. It's okay. So she says, we do not have any GoFundMe accounts out there whatsoever. Do not donate to any GoFundMe account out there, please. You deleted it. There has never been one nor... Okay, yes, there has. I pulled it up. There has never been one nor discussions about one. Who the F set this effing GoFundMe account showing that it was my sister who set it up? You POSs. Don't forget that this GoFundMe can be traced back to the POS who created it. Dumbass, you have to set up your bank account to set it up, and your IP address can be found as well. The authorities will find your effing ass. You Fs are evil. We are retaining an investigator. Your asses will be caught. I promise you that. Medical bills for my baby boy. Janie Alexis is organizing this fundraiser. Janie is not the sister. Janie is the mother. So tell me again how your sister did this. Despite all the rumors of me and the disappearance of my son, at the end of the day, I am a mother and I have the right to grieve without questioning. This is my son. Okay, but... Oh, let's see. A screenshot. Damn it, so I can't open it. I don't even know why I clicked on it. But she don't have a GoFundMe, right? She never had a GoFundMe. Y'all know this is her GoFundMe. Y'all already know that. This is from Rudy Farias' mother, Janie. Oh, look at there. Janie Santana, the mother. Go figure. Didn't she say her sister did that GoFundMe? Yet it plainly said organized by Janie. Get out of here. Stop lying, woman. These bitches need to shut their effing traps. It's sad when you need to attack people during a crisis just for followers, clout, and popularity. What the hell are you lying and hiding your son for 8 years for? Now you getting that. If anyone is following these hoes either on Facebook, TikTok, or any other social media, you will be blocked from here and all posts will be private for friends and family only. We don't need the bullshit and negativity. Either you support Alexis Santana and Rudy or you don't. And if you don't, get the F out and delete your ass off our pages. Or if I find out who you are, I'll do it for you. And you won't see shit moving forward. I'm not the one, boo. Okay, in this right here, she calls herself, she's typing it as Bella. She's Bella, okay? And then she says, this is from Rudy's mother, Janie Santana. And then she goes by just Alexis. Her middle name's Alexis. Either you support Alexis and Rudy or you don't. She has a page for Janie Santana. She has a page for Alexis Santana. And then she has this page for Bella Ninos. And I don't know. This is weird and crazy. See, Mom Janie Alexis Santana will be on Facebook tomorrow to set the rumors straight about Rudy and the nasty rumors, though not sure if it will be on Rudy's page or her personal page. Why would she go out to set the rumors straight if she's going on her personal page? Who the hell's gonna see it? Inbox me if you would like her personal Facebook page. Okay, you're going to do a whole set the rumors straight to only your friends and family. Gotcha. Good one. So this comment says, this is what I was saying earlier that I was reading and hearing. The pictures of Rudy in the hospital are literally from 11 freaking years ago. They aren't recent. She never took him to the freaking hospital. Wow. This is freaking crazy, insane. Here's the other one. This is the just Alexis. And the last post she made on here is, I think this would be her son that was killed in the motorcycle accident. Because she hasn't posted anything on here since 2022. And it was for missing and exploited children the whole time she had. Oh my gosh. But anyway, look at this picture, you guys. She doesn't look like this. Let me see. Let me go back to that freaking, how do I get back to that group? I'm going to show y'all what she looks like. Where's, let me see. No. Okay, here we go. Let me see. You did? Alright, let's see. Okay, this was just now. I want to explain something to everyone. My name is Barbara, and I just opened a small Puerto Rican food truck here in Humble, a la Chancleta Puerto Rico food in Humble, Texas 2 weeks ago. The second day of open business, I have a lady come to my window and ask me if I saw that guy called Gabriel in the picture. I told her no, but if she sends me the post to my phone, I will post it on my Facebook. After I did that, I got a whole bunch of people reaching out to me to ask me about a case or if I'm involved in anything. I am not involved with anybody in this case or whatever you guys want to call it, but I am a good person trying to help the community, that's all. I am writing this because I want to clear my name. I just moved here and opened a business. I am not part of anything and I don't know these people. I was just a good person trying to do the right thing, but I just learned not to do that ever again. Whoa, you guys. That's crazy. And you know what? I heard when they were showing the nephew's picture instead of Dolph's picture. No, when she was saying that the neighbor saw her nephew, not her son. His name was Gabriel. And I gotta find that picture. Oh my God, that is insane. Oh, I have her phone number too. I called her. You want to call her and see if she answers? She's not going to answer. Let's see. Let's give her a call. And I know it's her number because it comes up Santana. Let's see. I'm going to call her. Let's call her. It says Santana Clothing. You guys see it?
Please leave your message for.
Oh, she turned it off because it did ring all the way to the voicemail. She turned it off, I bet you, because her phone number is going around all over the internet. And I just said that on her voicemail. Hold on, let's see.
Please leave your message for 281271204. Sorry, mailbox is full.
Yo! People are blowing up her phone. Oh my god. You guys, look how much weight I lost. I lost like 35 pounds. Boop. Alright, let's see what else they have. Bella Nino's. Let me find her real picture real quick. Rudy Farias' mother. Oh, I can just do this. Janie Santana's. I looked up her nephew too. Okay, watch. GoFundMe right here. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull it up. Man, where is it? I don't see it. Okay, hold on. I'm going to find a picture of her. Let's see. Images. She definitely does not look like those pictures at all. Where's her picture? Come on, man. Show me her picture. Here we go. I'm going to have to mute this guy. I wanted to play him. I'm going to have to mute him because he does play music. But, you can see, like, what he says or whatever. So, hold on. I'm going to play it, but I have to mute it right away. Okay, it's muted. Wait, no, mute. Is it going to play being muted? Yeah. This is the mom. Rudy Farias' mom is a compulsive liar. Let's see. That's the real mom, not the other ones. Dang it! We can't hear. This is who she portrays herself to be on Facebook, right? Finally, with my first love, cable squats. And that's what I just read, y'all. She's saying she's that woman. This guy, if I could hear, if I could let you listen to the sound. He's a pretty cool guy. Okay. So I put it in there. Let's see what else is on here. Okay, Ginger, go ahead, girl. Let's talk about law enforcement and the DA. Okay, I think we need a facts post on how things work as far as mom being arrested, etc. I think so too. Many of us who follow true crime, I myself since 2015, there's also many new to this as well. I won't go into intricate details on the specific case because the criminal aspect of it, we just don't have all the information / evidence to go on. My theory I'm basing my facts on are just that. I believe Ellie slipped many times throughout the times between 2015 to present. If y'all see the thing on the left moving, that's the chat for this group. I believe what happened the day Rudy was found is once Ellie arrived and paramedics, if paramedics arrived, is when this case began to unravel. What's normal protocol? A full and complete investigation must take place when a missing person is found, especially after 8 years. My biggest concern is when Rudy was found with the injuries and what was showed by the mother. Ellie wouldn't have allowed Rudy to walk away with his mother. Exactly. Now, let's believe for one moment what she posted about him while in the hospital showing such injuries. Protocol is okay, there's a lot of wrong words and stuff in here, so I'm trying to read it as it's supposed to be. Protocol is to take the person to the hospital for a complete evaluation, blood workup, wound care, and rest. Obviously, he went to the hospital because we saw him leave the hospital and go back into the hospital, so that's there. His room would be on high alert due to those injuries and what was showing physically, apparently. Not because he went down with Mr. X. Law enforcement is required to take a whole report, and they would also interview the patient once they were in stable condition and road to recover physically. And this was 12 minutes ago, you guys. 12 minutes ago, and what she's saying has already been proven. It's very important that person stays in the hospital for a minimum of 3 days for a complete assessment based off the reported injuries. I wonder if she's a nurse or something. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. So that's normal protocol. The reason normal protocol wasn't implemented is because the given facts from the mother were unfounded. We saw that today when Rudy was walking out of the hotel. Wait, oh, that was a hotel. That wasn't a hospital. Holy schnozy, guys. I thought that was a hospital because he had that blanket around him. Oh, snap. That was the freaking hotel. Why hasn't she been arrested? Well, they said there was a detective in there and that the mom was separate from him, so she must be in a different room. Or maybe they were like in a conference room. Why hasn't she been arrested? Why couldn't they do anything over the weekend? Police investigators don't work street beats. They work office hours and overtime when needed. Arrests? In order for an arrest to be made, evidence needs to be collected, and there's a whole process for determining what evidence is more important to get. I'm so glad you are educating us on this. Whenever 12 minutes ago you didn't even know that the man just spoke today about Rudy and what was going on. Okay. They have to request search warrants. Those are required by the DA. Dude, y'all just complaining that she hasn't been arrested yet, but then you say, oh, they have to have search warrants required by the DA and a judge to sign them. Okay. We don't know yet what charges because we're not even sure if perhaps Rudy himself knew what was taking place for the past 8 years. But yet he just told Mr. X about the sex abuse, okay? I still consider him a victim, but that can change too. He will always be a victim. What do you think? He wanted to do this? He actually did this? Like, agreed to it? Okay. That's why Mr. X said he was on mushrooms and other drugs? I believe she held him captive. Okay. You don't know if he's a victim or not, but he was held captive. He was essayed, and he was drugged. With him and basically groomed him to be hers. She owned him. She did everything she could to keep him out of the public, but was allowed to work. She held him close to her, and after years of this type of grooming, unfortunately, his brain began to accept it. Why did he go home with her? He's effing terrified of her and remember, but also has a love for her as his mother. I believe, this is a lot. I believe he feels guilty, and she's been saying, Rudy, I never meant to hurt you. No, she's been saying, Rudy, you can't say anything because you will be arrested. They are looking for you, and if they find out anything, you will be in trouble and you will get arrested. Again, she's the victim, putting the blame on him. We know a crime has been committed through fact-finding from posts, but it's completely different coming from LE. Possible charges: fraud, kidnapping, possible insurance fraud, theft by deception. Well, you guys know that Chad Dorman got kidnapping charges, and he was on his own property. Each one carries its own penal code and can have severe consequences. Why did Ellie let him go with her? That's what we want to know. Because as we speak, they are gathering what's needed for searches and interviews. They need to interview the mother alone, which they were doing today, and you posted 12 minutes ago. She can refuse if she told them she's obtained counsel, and according to her Facebook, didn't she say she was? What happened this morning at this hotel seemed like a circus show, and my gut tells me she may have planned it to happen similarly to what happened. She knows the gig is up, and being how she portrays herself and her various personalities, I really think she decided to get famous for her crime. But yet she called everybody else getting clout and followers. Yes, he's 25 now, but apparently he's not mentally 25. I think he might still be 17 mentally from the time that he went missing due to all the trauma that he went through the whole 8 years. I wanted to say something else. Let me see if I remember it again. I think Rudy now knows she will also be locked away, and he's scared of not having her around. She's created a very disturbing relationship between the two of them, and he may believe he'll never make it on his own. Now again, it could do a 360, and we may find he was in on it once he had the knowledge, but we don't know. What about you guys? Do you think that he was in on it, that it was possible that he was in on it? Do you think that he agreed to live like this? Again, Ellie has slipped several times. We just don't know when. I want to believe they did what was necessary when he was reported found last week. But that's where they definitely slipped, because whether he had those so-called injuries or not, it doesn't seem normal protocol was put into effect for a person who has been reported missing for 8 years. I'm confident we are starting at the very beginning of this case, and while we have to sleep another night speculating on what HPD's presser will look like, my gut tells me someone will be arrested by that time. This is when he first went missing. That's his mom.
From a distance, neighbors took video of Rudy Farias' mother loading up a car in her driveway Tuesday night.
When he first went missing, he didn't report it to the police, and they're trying to say that he might have done some crimes, which he didn't, and now they want to arrest me because they said I was hiding him.
Her 25-year-old son vanished 8 years ago at age 17.
It's just we've always, in our hearts, knew that he wasn't really missing.
During those 8 years, his cousin Cassandra Lopez says she called 911 in 2018 after family members saw Farias at his mother's home. She says their grandmother told her she spoke with Rudy often.
And how did those conversations? Sorry, I played it before. I forgot. I was on to make the screen bigger because of the scorpion. Now, dang it, snap it. I forgot again. Hold on.
Stations go, and she would talk about.
So, the family knew. The family knew. And, well, a cousin called in, 2018? And, of course, law enforcement did nothing. And they did nothing because they know the background of that address. What kind of shit is that? The grandmother would talk to Rudy often. But they all knew he was missing. Some people say she's a catfish scammer. Some people said she did this to get money. I don't know, you guys.
she would just say, I saw Rudy, you know, he came to check on me, and, you know, we just said hello and have their little conversation. She never went into detail, but she would say she saw him.
Did you ever notice anything suspicious over there?
No, like when he talked to us, he doesn't like say too much on who he really is. We just know that he lives down here with his mom. He goes to work with her like around 6 p.m. to like maybe 7 or 8 in the morning. And he just been freely walking down the streets.
Neighbors shared this text message appearing to show a conversation between Farias' mother and the neighbor where she identifies herself as Dolph's mom. Lopez hopes Farias is safe enough to tell his story.
I mean, half of his life is almost, or a quarter of his life's already been taken away from him. You know, that's just not right. He didn't deserve that.
Lady, cousin of his, if you really felt that way, you would have called law enforcement more than once to report him there, to make sure they did something. You and grandmama, okay? Y'all did nothing to make sure that this was taken care of. Y'all knew he was there. And you want to sit here on a camera and say he didn't deserve that? Ma'am, you know.
Nobody deserves that.
Did y'all even hear what I said? Probably not. I said, this lady just sat here and said he didn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. But yet she, as his cousin, knew, and grandmother knew. She talked to him all the time and saw him. Remember, she said, oh, Rudy came check on me today. Okay? They all knew, and they all knew he was reported missing. Are they in on the scam too? What the hell's going on? Lady, cousin of his, if you were so concerned and if you thought he deserved better than that, that one time you called law enforcement saying that he was there, why didn't you call more than once? Why didn't you make sure that they took care of this and that they got him out of there? What the hell? Don't sit here on a camera because you on camera and it's going everywhere all over the probably TV and internet trying to say, oh, you a good person and he didn't deserve this, he deserved better than this. It's partly your fault. In reality, it's partly your fault. You could have done something more than call one time. Man, get out of here. What, the mama was threatening all of y'all or something? And then I also heard that, you guys, what's going to stop the mom from taking him and leaving? They both go missing. What do you think about that? The possibility of that? It is a possibility. Hell, look what she's done so far. She can hide him for 8 years. I'm sure she can hide both of them for however many years. Do you think that she could possibly leave before she gets arrested? And when I heard that, that sounds more and more probable in my head. But I don't know. Penelope is... Do y'all hear her? She's acting a fool wanting to get out the room. But anyway, I know everybody was reporting on this dude, but I have people that watch me that maybe don't watch the bigger channels. So here I am, reporting for the small channels. You're very welcome for that. I'm just joking. It sounded good. But anyway, yeah. How that cousin's gonna be like that, y'all? Man, I ought to find that cousin's phone number. Let's call the mom again. Let's call the mom again. Her phone's probably... Man, she probably changed her number. Hold up. And remember, it's her number. Santana.
Please leave your message for 2127.
Man, I got her phone number from that group. They all been calling her. That's why her phone goes straight to voicemail and her mailbox is full. She deserves it. And, okay, so her caller ID name when I called it, you know, you read it. It says Santana Clothing. I wonder if that's like a business she has, because they said she worked as a security guard. I don't know. I have no clue. But this is crazier and crazier, and as it unfolds, I will definitely be here to show off for the small channels, guys. Don't forget, I will be here reporting on him. No, right, Jimmy? But they also said that she's going and she's deleting all of her posts, and for people to take screenshots real quick because she's deleting everything. So, yeah. And she's not like some old lady, dude. Like, I'm old enough to have a 25-year-old. I'll be 45 in December. You know what I mean? So she could be my age for all that. Dude, I would never. Gross. Ugh. I should catfish her. I've been y'all know when I find a show I binge watching. I've been watching this channel on Facebook. I mean on YouTube. And it's called Catfished. It's not like Catfish with Neve. Oh, and somebody on that group posted that they need to call Neve and get this straight, because something crazy is going on and she catfishes people. But this is the name of the channel, and I love it. You want to know why I love it? Because they find out that these people are catfished, and then they go after the scammer. Like, actual. Before I went live, I just watched one where they actually followed the dude on a high-speed chase. They gave the dude fake money, and as soon as the guy on the channel put the money on the back seat, the dude like took off, and they took off after him. It was like funny. I don't know, but I've been watching that. So when you don't see me on YouTube, that's what I'm watching. It's pretty cool. So if you're not part of the swamp, please join the swamp. It's greatly appreciated, and the water's nice and cool for these hot days, right? Alright guys, thanks for watching with me. As I told you, when more stuff comes out, I will definitely show it and find out what's going on. This is crazy. Like, dude, who would have ever thunk that, I like to say that word, that anything like this was going on? Could you imagine? I don't know. Hit that like button for me, subscribe, and hit that bell. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching with me.